Hello and welcome to my reselling channel, Flippin' Hippos. I'm Star. Today is Monday, so it's time for a highlight reel. I sold on 6 of my 7 platforms this week. No sales on Whatnot. And I still haven't added ThreadUp or Facebook Marketplace for those of you that are keeping track of that. I have, as of yet, been hard-pressed to find a way to fit that into my schedule. I have a lot of things going on outside of reselling that we're dealing with right now. So I'm keeping afloat on the 7 platforms that are active and being consistent on those and continuing to do videos for now. And then I will add ThreadUp and Facebook when I don't want to say when I have time. You guys know I don't believe in the expression, I don't have time. When things are a priority, you find a way to make them happen. And apparently they're not a priority right now, but when I can fit them in my schedule, I will. So I'm still on the main 7 platforms: eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, Mercari, where I sell all of my new items at full price, and then Whatnot, Vinted, and Depop, where I move my older items and put them at 50% clearance of the original price I wanted. That said, let's just jump on in and see the highlights from the week. I didn't pull up all of my sales per usual. I pulled up anything that was interesting, exciting, or had something about it that I wanted to teach you guys about or talk about. I kind of just show you Depop and Vinted too, to just show you my clearance stuff is moving. It's doing what I want it to do. Items get old and I don't want to pull and redonate, so I like to get a couple of bucks back on them. You can see these ones are still in progress. I mean, I get $9 for some items, $8.50. Not everything is going for $3. There's a $7, $5.60. It's all going for around half of what I originally wanted, which is good for me because I'm clearancing it out. All right, I had a couple of sales on Mercari last week, bread and butter, just comic books and pieces of jewelry. But this one I did want to show you. It's a Foot Locker quarter zip fleece. Foot Locker hasn't been around for a long time, so this could have had Vinted in the title had I had room or thought about it. I like to pick up any winter items I find when they're $1 or $2. Most of them will sell. This is a good size, and then size extra large. It's kind of an ugly color, but somebody out there loves mustard yellow. So it sold for $18.75. You guys, I sold a Beanie Baby on Etsy, of all places. $13.60 for Swampy, the alligator. And if you were watching my live show last Thursday, we were talking about alligators. It was when I had Robert on and my friend Leslie. And we were talking about living in Florida and how alligators are kind of scary and nobody likes them. And while we're having that conversation on a live stream, Swampy sold. He heard that I didn't like alligators, and he found himself a new home where he will be loved. He's even got the creepy alligator eyes. Like, this, look at his eyes. Look, he's even side-eyeing you here. He's got scary, creepy, side-eyed alligator eyes. You know what? Enjoy your new forever home. Bye, Swampy. This is a Chinese dragon carved bangle bracelet. This is a very unique and beautiful, beautiful carved wooden bracelet. And this was actually one of the very first pieces of jewelry I got out of one of my very first bulk jewelry buys back in, I want to say 24, but that makes me feel old and weird. Like I don't have a concept of time. I started selling jewelry in 25. Why don't we look and see? Because I feel like I haven't been selling it for very long, and I love it, and it's been a new adventure for me. But let's look on List Perfectly at my old 24. Okay, January. So that was my revelation. That was my resolution in 24. It just makes me feel weird. Like I've already been doing it for 2, 3 full years. It doesn't feel like I've been doing jewelry. We're almost at the end of 26 for 3 full years. but I guess I have. And so this piece has been around for 3 years. I don't understand how or why. It was priced comparatively. It's a beautiful piece. But I'm glad it sold to who it sold to. She asked me if I could show her the size of the bracelet. So I sent her a picture of it on the bracelet measurer thingy. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. I'll show you the one I bought on Amazon. And then she came back just so nice. Bless my heart for finding a way to measure it for her. She had said what her size was, and this bracelet was her size. And I said, oh my gosh, it's your lucky day. Look at this picture. It's a size 8. And she was so excited, and very nice lady. She said she was a senior citizen, and would I be willing to work with her and do an offer? And I said, sure. What do you have in mind? Very reasonable offer. Very reasonable. So I accepted it. It was a Friday. I said, I'll mail it Monday morning. And she said, bless you. You already did me a favor. You don't have to ship it so soon. And I said, I ship every day but weekends. Yours will go out Monday. So it was a very pleasant experience with a very nice buyer. I always like when that happens. And I really do feel like this was meant to be, because she said, I'm a size 8, and it was her size. So this was her bracelet. It was waiting for her. Just like Swampy, this bracelet was waiting for its right and perfect forever home. I just wanted to show this piece because it's so stinking pretty. Like, if I wore jewelry, I had this thought when I was photographing this piece, this would be something I might even keep and wear. This is an older piece as well, just waiting for the right person. Now that I am a little more educated and knowledgeable, not only in jewelry itself, but in aesthetic keywords, this would be something you could do fairy core, cottage core as keywords. And I have been trying to move into just my newer listings and some of the ones I delist and relist, using some of those aesthetics, because there's been some research that the younger generation shops more for the aesthetic they're specifically looking for, or what the item is good for. So if you have a skirt and you put in the description, this is great to play tennis in, you want to add that because they're looking for things to play tennis in, or they're looking for their specific. And you can go down a rabbit hole on these cores. Did you even know that there's a goblin core? I'm not kidding. Like the little goblins from World of Warcraft or Harry Potter, probably more are familiar with. Little goblins. And it's just like kind of grunge, actually. Look it up. It just means like worn pieces. I don't know. It's really cool though. Like, I do like sometimes going down the rabbit holes of learning the new cores. C-O-R-E, by the way, like granny core, cottage core, fairy core, and goblin core. I saw the tie for $26.40. Can you believe it? I didn't even know that people wore ties anymore. I have so many ties in our store. You know, after COVID, I feel like a lot of people started working from home and didn't need business attire as much anymore. And so we still have a lot of ties in our store that I've been moving to the discount platforms, as I call them. And I did an audit. We had all of our ties in a bin. I did an audit over this, spring. I guess it was in the spring. And a bunch of our ties had fallen off and weren't listed, and nothing's moving. But this one did. This is a vintage Monsignor Givenchy. There, let's say things correctly, Star. Monsignor Givenchy. So this is kind of a bougie brand. It's a pretty tie. It's silk. I just don't know that a lot of people wear ties anymore. Do you think they do? Let me know in the comments. We're on Poshmark now. I had quite a few sales on Poshmark. My sales did pick up. If you follow this channel and you watch my What Sold videos every Monday, you'll recall I had said that I found out I had like 5,000 inactive listings on Poshmark, and my sales had been really, really slow. And so I thought that there was a correlation there, and guess what? There was. As soon as I ran Poshmark's update or reactivate the bulk thing you can run, my sales started picking up again. But I just picked a few out for you to show you this week. I almost said this month. This week. This is Venezia. This is a Lane Bryant brand. It is a plus size. It is put out by Lane Bryant. You can use Lane Bryant or Venezia or both in your description or your titles. It's just a blue waffle t-shirt. This came from the estate we got from Keith's aunt, the stuff that we received to sell. And sold for $11. I think I had it up for like 18. I do use the smart sale. By the way, tomorrow for Tuesday's tutorial video, I'm going to do a whole video on using Poshmark's new smart sale. I personally love it. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm showing you this for a specific reason because I have something I want to tell you that I didn't know Poshmark did. So one buyer bought this bracelet. She paid $11 plus the shipping. And then she bought this bracelet, $14 plus the shipping. She did not bundle these together. I did not bundle them and send her an offer. There was no bundle. She just bought them individually. She did get offers on each one individually from the smart sale. Smart sale sent her the offers and she purchased. So, I mean, you can tell it's the same person. They're kind of the same style, right? It's pretty cool. But when I went to ship them on the back end, Poshmark let me bundle the two into one shipping label. Now, I may be late to the party. I may be giving you some seriously old news, but I never knew that until I shipped these two bracelets. I knew on eBay, if one buyer bought multiple things, when you go to print your labels, it says you can bundle them. I never knew Poshmark did that. I thought they had to be sold in a bundle to be shipped together. I did not know if they bought separately, you could bundle. I bundled. I shipped them together. Yeah, I wanted to tell you about that. Let me know in the comments. Those of you that sell on Poshmark probably more than I do. Is that new? Am I late to the party? What's happening? Am I just an old fuddy-duddy catching up with the times? I sold the Victoria's Secret bra. This is a size 32D. Just like with most clothes, the bigger sizes do well. They sell faster and for more money. And this, I got this for like $1 at the church sale or Goodwill. I've been doing so many bras lately, but I know I never pay more than $1. Lucky brand bralette. So I picked this up at the church sale and well, maybe this one was Goodwill. But anyway, it was $1 and it was Lucky brand. And I thought, oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, unfortunately, Lucky brand bralette sports bra thingies do not comp very high. I still, made $5 on it, $4 after cost of goods. So I'm not too concerned. I won't probably pick Lucky brand up anymore. With the caveat, let's say I found 3 Lucky brand bralettes in the same size. I might pick them up and sell them as a bundle. It would depend on my mood that day. All right, we had a good week on eBay. Lots of just the normal, boring bread and butter stuff that I talk about all the time. In fact, I did a whole video last week. You know where I'm going with this, about bread and butter and boring items. So that's going to pop up at the end. You guys, you see what this is? I sold it on the best offer of $40. When I comped it, I went kind of high. I went on the high end with $50. I think I saw some for $40, $45, $50. I usually go on the high end, but this is a Cincinnati Zoo 125th anniversary koala pin. And they sent me an offer of $30. I countered with $40 and she sold. A little tiny pin. Who knew? This came from the bulk buy, the 250-pound bulk buy from my friend Lori that I purchased before she moved from California to Tennessee. I have no idea what this is. I've had this shirt for 1,000,000 years. For 1,000,000 years. This has probably been around since 21. I mean, maybe even 20. This has just been forever. I don't even know where it came from. I'm pretty sure it came from a bulk buy, which is why I'm like, maybe it came from 2020, because during COVID, during the shutdown, none of the thrift stores were open. And Keith and I were doing a lot of bulk buys and buying out other resellers. And we got a lot of stuff. And I think this, I don't even know what the heck this is. It's been around. It's on Vinted and Depop for like $6 at this point. But hey, look at it sold on eBay for $14. Buy. It's the semi-cup final Wembley. I believe that's tennis. Listen, I don't do sports. I'm a book nerd. But there you go. It's sold. If you know what it is and you would like to make fun of me below for being a nerd and not knowing sports, feel free. Denim shorts. Always denim shorts. You've probably heard me say that on this channel before, and you will always hear me say it again. Denim shorts, booty shorts, shorts, overalls, coveralls, denim jackets, denim skirts. They are a whole different breed than regular long jeans pants. Always pick them up. These sold for $11, but they paid another $8 for shipping. So that shows you what they're willing to pay $20 all in for some Tom Girl ripped, distressed, cute jean shorts. Don't pay more than like $2 for them though. But it doesn't matter the brand. If it's denim and it's a short, a skirt, an overall, a jacket, I grab it. I can sell those items oftentimes for more money than just the jeans. I had sold a Chico's necklace. I love Chico's. This is one of my favorite brands to sell. I do really like the clothing, but I also really like the jewelry. It's a pretty trusted brand. It has a good following of people who enjoyed the brand. I kind of had a brain fart there because I forgot that this went from white to orange, and I'm like, why is it white in this picture and orange? It went from white to orange. It was a very long necklace, very long, very pretty. But yeah, Chico's has a loyal following. Just with the clothing, remember they do vanity sizes, so you want to put both the Chico size and the standard size in your listing somewhere, and you can just Google Chico's size charts, and it can take you to their website where they have their size chart. But more often than not, Google now, that AI overview at the top will just give you the chart. Super simple to look it up. This is, I don't know where this came from, but it's sold. I think it came out of one of my bulk buys from buying out other, it may have been from Jay. Do you remember my bulk buy from her like 2 years ago? It sold for $7. Listen, when I buy a bulk buy, I list everything in it. Because normally you're going to pay one price all in. You're going to get hundreds of items conveniently just delivered right to your front door. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to look through the racks. There's a couple good pieces in every single one that will pay for the box. And then everything else is just icing on the cake. And that volume bread and butter boring shit that pays my bills. A hummingbird musical snow globe. Floral cottage. Isn't this cute? This is from the estate from Keith's aunt. Aunt. I always say, I interchange that. Aunt. How do you guys say it? Isn't this so pretty? It plays music. I don't believe I put what music it plays in the listing. Well, there you go. Learn from me and my mistakes. You should always put what song it plays in there. And if you don't know the song, when you wind it up and listen, does it play music? It does not. I'm lying to you. Yes, it does. It has a winder. Gee, you would act like I don't even know what the hell I list. I have 6,000 items. I get confused sometimes. If you don't know the song a music box or a musical snow globe is playing, there are apps where you can just ask ChatGPT or Google, hey, if I play you the song, can you tell me what it is? And you can usually figure it out. I really can't believe I didn't put it in there. I usually do. Well, now you have seen several brain farts today. There we go. I didn't feel like editing, so I'm not going to edit any. Does it play music? Is it music? It says musical in the title, and it has a windy thing. What is wrong with me? Anyway, those are the highlights of my sales on 6 platforms from August 7th through August 13th. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to help me feed a hungry hippo. And I will see you in the next one.